All right, everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'll be giving my 8-month review of being with Boost Mobile. Now, I have the prepaid side of Boost Mobile, not Boost Infinite, nothing like that. And I will also not be explaining or going into any detail or talking about the hack that happened with Dish, Boost Infinite, Boost Mobile. I will not be discussing any of that here in this video. I will just basically be telling you my experience, how my service has been, my speeds, and just, how everything's been going. So, 8 months with the carrier. Okay, it works on the AT&T network, and I can say it's been very solid. Okay, the entire 8 months that I've been with Boost Mobile, I've not had any issues. I will bring up this one thing about the hacking issue with Boost Mobile. It happened at a time where I was in between billing cycles. I'm set up on auto pay. I was not affected any. Okay, my service I never was without any service. My bill came out on time. My Boost One credits came out. Everything worked fine on my end. Unfortunately, some did have some issues with their service. But anyway, it's been pretty solid. $25 a month. Taxes and fees are not included, but my bill is like $25.86 a month, so I pay 86 cents, which is really no big deal. Now, like I said, I have the Boost One app, I have the Boost credits, and for the first 6 months, I didn't pay a dime. Okay, I every single day I would go in there and I would spin the Boost wheel. I'd watch all the ads, and the ads can be a little annoying at times because they basically don't give you hardly anything for the ads. You got to watch so many of them. But, on your downtime, if you're watching a movie or something like that, you just push an ad, close it out, push an ad, close it out. You ain't got to watch it, turn the volume down, and you're good to go. And there's extra credits. So, and also this video here, my bill is due on the 10th of every month, and we are currently, what's today's date? It is Friday, March the 31st. So I will be showing you the credits that I have built up so far. And now, normally you need to turn in the credits around 24 to 48 hours before your bill is due to make sure that they do go in and take effect. So, I turned mine in around the 8th. I started up, and I want to show you, how everything works, with that here in this video. So stay tuned for all of that. But service has been fantastic. On the AT&T network, I'm not in a 5G area, in my immediate area. I do get LTE just fine. And down here in the sticks, I have been able to pull a maximum of around 135, 140 megabits per second, which is pretty crazy on LTE down here, we're surrounded by trees and stuff like that. On an average day, between 50 and 70, just depending on time of the day. It's always going to fluctuate. That's just the way it is. Okay. So very solid, no problem whatsoever. Now, the plan is $25 a month, like I said, and you get 30 gigabytes of high-speed data and 30 gigabytes of hotspot. Now, the hotspot is included with that price, and it does take off for your 30 gigs of data. So if you start over a new month, you got 30 gigabytes of high-speed data, you use 10 of that in hotspot, you're going to have 20 gigabytes remaining for the rest of the month. Now, I know some will say, well, it's fake unlimited. It's not really unlimited. It really all comes down to how you look at it. And, I know it's not unlimited high speed, because if it was unlimited high speed, it would say unlimited high speed. So you got to kind of look at that, look into that. When it says unlimited data with a little asterisk beside it, there is some stipulations in there. So after you reach 30 gigs, your data does not just shut off. Okay. Now it goes down to like 2G type speeds. I've been able to pull between 0.60 and 0.80 megabits download, which is nothing. But if you need to like reply to an email, that's about all it's really good for. But don't expect to, get on social media or anything like that, or watch a YouTube video, because it's not going to work. But technically, since they don't cut off your data, it is unlimited. It's just not unlimited high speed. If that's what you want, spend double, triple the money, go with a carrier that offers unlimited high speed data. Okay, simple as that. So there's not a whole lot else to say about my experience with Boost. I've not had any issue. Auto pay is always worked fine. Service is always connected just fine. LTE is always connected just fine. And, the billing is on point. I mean, $25 a month is a really solid deal. I mean, you cannot expect. I mean, I hear a lot, I see a lot, I read a lot of comments on different videos, and people want to, and I want to be real here, and some may like it, some may not like it, but I speak real talk. Some want to cry and whine because it's not fully high speed unlimited, and it's, you're paying. I mean, the plan is cheap, $25. Okay. But yet people want to cry and whine that it's not fully unlimited high speed internet. Okay. That just ain't the way the world works. I mean, if an MVNO is going to be able to utilize a network with full high speed internet for $25 a month, then why would they need their postpaid plans $70 a month, $80 a month for their unlimited plans? I just think the way it is. So, I mean, you got to get over that. But I'm going to go ahead right now. I want to show you how the Boost app works and spin the wheel, show you how that works. I'll push an ad, stuff like that. You get kind of a general idea. You'll also see how much I've already generated since my last bill. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now, and I'll come back and we'll finish this up. Okay, so I'm recording this right now handheld, so I apologize if there was any kind of shaking or anything. But here is the Boost One app. We'll go ahead and pull this up here, and we'll go ahead and show you exactly how everything looks. You'll see that my earnings so far is $15.70. Now, like I say, my bill is due on the 10th. My next payment is $25.86, as you can see right there. It says spin and win. Now, normally on here, you can go from like 5 cents up to 5,000. I never seen 5,000. The highest I've ever spun was like 250, something like that. We'll go ahead and spin it here. And I got 5 credits again. That happens sometimes, okay? Now this does build up. Sometimes you'll get 50, 25, stuff like that. Also, if you do it 7 days in a row, you'll see I'm on the 4th day right now. After 7 days, you'll be rewarded 75 additional credits. So you watch a video, and it'll be just an ad like this right here. You'll watch this here. You'll push next video. Wait till this here is over with. So I'll turn the volume down up here. You can push this. You push an X. Sometimes you got to push it like 3 or 4 times. And it'll take forever for it to go away. This is the most annoying part of it all right here. Nice work. 2 cent. Watch another video. Go home. Whatever. That's just the way it is. Let me try to go to my profile without showing any information. Let's go ahead and check that out now. And you'll see right here how much data I've used, view usage, my plan, my payment, G410, my Boost coins, my plan, usage, all of that. Of course, you can log into my.boostmobile.com and you can do more stuff from the actual website than you can from the app. But, I mean, the app works fine, no issues. So it's really nice to have those extra little features to get a few cents off, a few dollars off, and maybe even enough to pay your whole bill off. Okay, so as you've seen, pretty self-explanatory. Yes, the Boost One app can be a little laggy. It can be a little slow. Sometimes it'll just sit there and load and load and load, and it gets annoying. But, an app's an app, and no app is perfect, so don't expect it to be. But basically, if you have good AT&T service in your area and you don't use a ton of data, I mean, 30 gigabytes of high speed is quite a bit of data. And I know people who does DoorDashes and Amazons and delivery drivers and stuff like that, and they are using their GPS. They're using their music apps. They're using their app, and they never go over their 30 gigabytes of high speed data, and that's including the data that they use throughout the month. And of course on Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So really good deal. I highly recommend them. Yes, I know that the hack that they had with Dish, Boost Mobile, Boost Infinite, I know that hurt them. T-Mobile's been hacked 7 or 8, 9 times, and people are still with them. So I mean, stuff like that's going to happen. Unfortunately, they didn't handle it the way that they should have handled it. But I'm not going to get off on all of that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not going to discuss all of that. But yeah, I highly recommend it. If you want to give them a chance, I would say go for it. I think that everything should be back up and going by now. I really haven't, talked to them. I really haven't communicated with Boost Mobile about anything. But yeah, I mean, you can get some good phones right now with Boost Mobile if you port over. You can get phones like the Moto G Stylus 2022 for like $10, I believe. The Moto Edge Plus 2022, which is a phenomenal flagship phone, basically from last year for like $199. The Celero 5G Plus, which is a pretty solid phone, for $149.99. Of course, this orange is a limited edition in stores. I think it's in stores only, and it's going to be for like a limited time. So if you find one, you may want to grab one if you want to try out the Celero 5G Plus. I may have a card up here or a link down below if you want to check out the unboxing and all of this phone right here. Pretty solid little device. But they got a lot of phones on there to choose from. And in the past couple of months, my bill's been like $3. I think last month I paid $5. So, yeah, with all the credits and stuff. So I still highly recommend them. Hopefully they don't get hacked again. If they do, maybe they'll do a better job once they get more established and stuff like that. But Boost Mobile on the AT&T network, I recommend them over actual AT&T, and I would highly, highly recommend them over Cricket any day of the week. Just Cricket, don't do it. I'll say that from now on until things change with Cricket. But anyway, not going down that rabbit hole right now. But that's all I got to say right now. I will follow up probably at 12 months after a solid year with Boost Mobile. And so stick around. If it's helpful from me anyway, I know it's kind of scattered and I was all over the place, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But if it was helpful from me anyway, hit the like button. Any questions that you may have, leave it down below, and I'll get back with you. If you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and clicking that bell. Turn it on for all notifications of future videos. I'd appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.